Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Evan Carthy from evancarthy.com, and today we are looking at the markets. It's August 10th, Thursday, and the market's just open for the Friday session after 5 p.m. Central Standard Time over here. So, like I said the other day, what I'm looking for the kind of leading indicator for the markets is going to be the spiders, the SPY on the stock market charts. It's the S&P 500 ETF for it, and that's basically what's going on. So I'm going to take off the Pitchfork right here because in other videos I already talked about this trade, and basically all it is using that semaphore, and that semaphore when price broke out right there. Well, that's the signal bar. We look for the entry bar, which is when it touches the green line right there, which it did right there, and all the green and yellow lines is 1.146 and 1.618. Those are Fibonacci levels, extension levels I use for my trading. Then the red line is just the median line. So when we had that for sure confirmation above it right there, then this next one was right here, that signal to get in. So the original entry is right here, but obviously that didn't go up there and get hit. So when the price came down and hit all the way down here to the extension level the other way, that moves the exit here to the 50% level. And so that is where we are and where we are looking for. So I'm going to take this out of the way because we don't need any more, because there's a couple of things I want to show. So these two areas are highlighted right here between the 1.146 and the 1.44. That is extension level the other way. And then there's another one, the 1.73 and the 2%. 1.73 is just the square root of the 3 of 3. It's square root of 3. And as you can see, that's shown to be somewhat of a support area for it. And what I'm doing here is the 200% is kind of like the second area. So to be honest, if it breaks below and really goes below the 2 right here, I'm probably going to scrap this whole trade setup, which stinks because it's been done very well the past 2 weeks. But I'm just not going to sit here and deal with this trade setup where it's not coming back hitting this 50% target, which is what I've kind of identified as being the level to look for when price hits, all the way back over here. So tomorrow and the next day, if the 200% line doesn't hold between this market and also the Russell 2000, I'm going to be out of here, and we'll talk about that one here in just a little bit, and I'll look for another setup. But it is what it is, and that's just why I try to look for setups that work, and then as soon as I find it when one doesn't work, scrap it and start looking for the next one. But basically, we're looking at these two areas. This has been kind of the support area, and this was initially support, kind of turned to resistance. But if you see these other purple lines right here, these are representing obviously a trend channel that it is in right now. And what I look for is, and lines, trend channel lines are very subjective, so I really don't use them to trade off of. But it's just good, kind of showing you a good overall view of what price is doing for them. So what I try to do is I try to get one side of it that has the most hits for it. Like down here, we have one right there. We have it down here, down there, down there, down here, and down here. So you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 7 times the price been hitting down there, so it's pretty solid line for it. And you can see sometimes it goes outside of it just a little bit, but soon enough it comes back up to it. So all I do is draw that line right there, and then I just copied it, pasted it, and dragged it up, and that's how I got this line right up here. And I just lined it up to that way and that way, and look at that, perfect fit up there. So it's pretty safe to say this is a really strong trend that is in right now. So as we can see today was crazy in the markets. It opened up, gapped up right here, right there. We're using the 15-minute chart right here. Gapped up, hit the high of right the trend channel right there, upper end, and then first day just sold off all the way down to the very bottom of the trend channel, and then came up a little bit, a little fake up, and then back down again to close it right here. So tomorrow, going into tomorrow, if this trend channel holds like it has been holding, we will look for price to move up over here again going into Friday session. So that's what we're looking for going into Friday. But the ultimate target we're looking for is up here about 454.92. So we'll call it 455 to be close enough. And eventually if price breaks out of it and gets up there, then cool, we'll keep using this trade setup. If it breaks below the 200%, then I'm not going to stick around and deal with this crap anymore for that. As you can see over here, it also, one thing it did, so we had a low, there's a high, a lower low, lower high, lower low. But look, we finally broke that lower high pattern, the lower low to lower high, lower low, and then we got a higher high right here. Now price did come down and create a lower low right here, but could this be the kind of first chink in the armor for it, where price is, it just broke broke above it too. So maybe it's showing a little weakness in it, or maybe it's just showing going up to the top of this range right here. But needless to say, we're down here on the lower end of the trend channel in the spiders, and so we're looking for it to bounce back up over here. Let's see the MFI. It's in the middle of no man's land. That didn't help us at all. Daily chart, middle no man's land, and weekly still trending here, being overbought for it. So don't really help us out on any of those things right there. And I actually just moved it up from 80-20 to make it 90-10, because when it hits the 90-10, it seems to be a lot more accurate than the 80-20 levels, because 80 is about right there, and just gave a lot of false signals. When it even touches the 90% level, that's what I'm really looking for a turning point to happen. Since it touched it right here, we had the sell off, and we haven't had one until it hit it, kind of like right around here. So it is creating a little bit of a divergence between price and also the MFI right here. So it could be, no, I'm sorry, it did not create that, so don't listen to me right there. But we're just expecting it tomorrow from this trend channel for the market at least to go up over there, and we'll see if when it goes up there and hits, if we get another sell-off like we did today, or maybe it'll power through it and go up there and hit that target. But last but not least, if it breaks down below that, which is also the 200% line from this Fibonacci original one over here, I'm going to scrap this setup. And we'll get to the Russell in a second. We'll go over to the ye old what is SP 500 real quick, because there's a live trade setup right over here. You see this one, that one. Price broke above it, came back up there, hit that line right there to be the entry line for it, And actually, when it got up here, it actually had hit right off. You can see the extension days from that teal line right there. Probably make it darker so it's easier to see. I think I will make it darker. I don't like that teal color. What should I make it? That pink be a good one. Let's see. That's the wrong one anyways. Okay, why isn't that? There we go. Okay, we'll just leave it at that kind of pinkish color. It's a little bit easier to see. So when it hit that pink right up there, that was the high of the day. Sold off from the extension levels, came all the way down, getting close to the low. The extension levels didn't quite hit it, but went down, hit the lower 1.146 Fibonacci level the other way. So that moves the exit down right here. So that's the exit we are currently looking for it. But before that, I want to show you here real quick. It also had a really nice setup for a short trade today, and this is why I was looking at. Got in that quick little short right there. I was expecting it to move higher to go up, because that's when it looked like the market was racing off right now. But with it bouncing off of here and being in the short setup, because it's also, let me draw that to that the other way, change that to Pitchfork Trade, is also going higher than the 1.44, pushing up to the 1.73 level right there. So quick short, obviously wish I'd held on to it because it came down and hit the 50% the other way to exit out that trade real nicely for it right there. So that is the S&P 500 trade from today for it. That's not what I wanted. I think that is what I wanted. There we go. So that to that, and put this back up on there. There we go. Now over here in the Russell 2000, this is the other one that I'm looking at right here for me to consider this, the trade setup dead and done right here. I did fortunately today just kind of luck of the draw right here. Yesterday, no, I'm sorry, I had gotten in, yesterday right here at the 1.44, and then today, as you can see with the red arrow, that shows me where I got out right there. Sell at 1962.40. Got out, where is it, right there, got out right there, just because it's just luck. Just for some reason I wanted to get out. It was a nice gain right here from getting in. Let's see, it's from right here up to right there. It's about 21 points there in the Russell 2000 for it. And I was thinking, okay, if this market does continue to rally up for it, okay, I'll miss a little bit of gain because the final exit was right up here at the 50% for it, so miss out 8 points. But for some reason just thought, well, if it does sell off, I can get back in somewhere right around here, looking for a pullback for it, and that's exactly what it did. So just got very fortunate there, but got in again right about here, and then got in, had another entry all the way down here at the 200 level right here. As you can see just above it, I got in right there, because also it's also, as you can see right here from, let's change these again to these kind of hot pink colors so they're easier to see. You hit down here on the extension low of the day as well. So that's another reason why I wanted to get in between those. So went all the way down there and got in for my second contract. And that's currently where I'm in right now for it. So the exit I have, I mean, it could be all the way up here. I could put it right under the 50 because the 50 is right about there. I'm just putting it below the 61.8 to ensure you get out of it. If it even goes up the high tomorrow, which I doubt. I mean, if it probably even gets up even around this area, I'll get out of it. But as you can see, let me go to the 15-minute chart so it's a little bit easier to see. If this is here's the 200, I'll draw the kind of the support resistance box, easy to see. You see price bounced off the 200% line as well right there. You can see there's the 200% line. Price had been bouncing off the 1.73 right there. You know, it's kind of made a triple bottom, kind of janky triple bottom for it, and now has gone up a little bit ever since. But if price breaks out down around here, keeps on breaking down, I'm getting out of this trade, and I'm not going to deal with this setup anymore, just because I'll find that, you know, it doesn't work for what I need it to do. It's not going up to levels that I expected it to go up to. So just time to look at something else, which, you know, it stinks. It had been doing very, very good, but I'm not going to sit around and give up, you know, just have my, you know, have a stop loss all the way down here. Normally I don't have stop losses, but this is, you know, starting to be. I thought the original line in the sand was up here at the 1.44. Then I decided after looking at more, okay, it's somewhere between 1.73 and 2%, but I'm not going any further with that. That's going to be my risk for it. So I'll give it a little bit of wiggle room down over here. I'm not even going to do it for the next day's daily extension levels, which would be, let's see here, right there and right there. So that's the daily extension levels for, I'll tell you what, I'll just put it, okay, I will. I'll do it slightly lower than stop loss, or slightly lower than tomorrow's 1.146 level. But if the price goes down, I mean, that's way below the 200% line right there, and, you know, that thing will be busted. So I feel like that's way more than enough wiggle room that I need, and, you know, a little bit of loss, but, you know, if I keep it up here, all the way up here, it's a really good profit. But this is just kind of like getting out of there without taking too much damage for it, without giving up, you know, all my gains that I've received for it, but just you know, that's going to be where I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say if this 200% line turns out not to hold for it, then I'm going to consider this setup to be, you know, it doesn't work. I need to go back and look at it again and come up with something else, because up until this time it has worked very well. But, you know, going back to SP 500, if we do, since it's at the bottom of this trend channel right here, we'll get that big pop up tomorrow. You could move this one up nicely, at least, you know, back up to these numbers. You know, it'd be awesome if it did go up into up here, which is the extension levels. I mean, what if it does that? What if tomorrow we get just a huge run up, you know, a 3% to 4% gain? Probably won't happen tomorrow. At least over a 2% gain in the market. Oh, how much would that be in the market tomorrow? Yeah, 2%. So not the realm possibility, but if it does go up there and hits the daily extension levels for it, it obviously, you know, pretty much hit that 50% level from the target we're looking for, and that one would be done. But that's, you know, what I'm looking for that one. Dow Jones for it. I mean, it's just a lot of spaghetti over here. A lot of junk on the on this over here. I'm not even going to go over everything for it. We've covered enough. They got a short setup right here in the oil using 15-minute chart. They break it down here. So, you know, easy move is down here a little bit lower, 82.25 from where it's currently at right there. And then for the Nasdaq, okay, we do have a 15-minute trade currently live in this one. You can see using that semaphore, that semaphore, price came up, closed above it, so that's the signal bar. Then we got the entry bar right here where that one hits, so we can draw it right there. So the original entry or the original exit would have been with the entry right there, the exit right there to the 1.146 extension level. But price came back down and hit the median line. When it does that, you move the exit to where the original entry was, so it's where the black line is. That's going to be the exit from that one. But if price keeps on moving down and hits the, let's get this out of the way, hits the 1.146 down here, then the exit moves to the 50%. But, you know, if we're getting that much of a sell-off down here, then probably the Russell is probably selling off. The SPY is probably going down as well. Both those probably 10% levels are gone, and I'm gonna cancel that setup and go start looking at other things. So anyways, that's the good news and bad news for today. So we'll see what tomorrow holds, because if we get another down day in the market tomorrow, then I'm scrapping this trade setup, and next time I do another video, I have another setup that I'm working on for it. But hey, that's the life of trading. Come up with setups, test them until you find out that they definitely do not work, and then go on to another one. But hopefully while you test them, finding that they're do work, that find out they do work, I'm making some decent money with it, or at least some money, right? At least more than $1, than losing money. And then eventually find out that they don't work. Either keep it and tweak it until you find a way to make it work, or to scrap it and go another direction. But that's currently where we're at right now. So tomorrow should be a pretty interesting day to see, am I going to move forward with this setup, which I have liked up until this point a lot, or if not, hey, no big deal. When one door closes, another one opens. But anyways, y'all take it easy and have a good one. Thanks, bye.